Lastly, for our news this week, it's another one of those. Okay. This is uber random, but also, like, kids of a certain age are going to be very confused by this, just in general. And that is that Robert Downey Jr. is in talks to star in a remake of Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo. And I am immediately panicking because, you know, I was alive and I could still remember the anger that was caused by Gus Van Sant's remake of Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho with Vince Vaughn. And I'm immediately going, let's not have a 98 Psycho remake, please. Why? Like, why? This is... I'm trying to find words, but why? Like, I get that you're running low on... Well, okay. I was supposed to say, I know you're running low on ideas, Hollywood, but that's not actually true. I'm not one of those a-holes. Hollywood's run out of creativity. No, Hollywood's more creative now than it's ever been before. You're just too lazy to go out and find it yourself. You just want to be spoon-fed original ideas, but then spit it out when you actually don't go out and see it. Edge of Tomorrow. This is...
Yeah,
there's
or
been...
that movie...
Huh?
Live, Die, Repeat.
People have remade Hitchcock's movies in the past with some tweaks to them. Like Disturbia with Shia LaBeouf. Josh is still dying for some reason.
I'm sorry. It was such a stupid joke, but I just remember the almost 20-minute discussion where you and I were talking about the same movie, and we're like, no, it's not called that.
For reference, Live, Die, Repeat, and Edge of Tomorrow, and All You Need Is Kill are three completely separate names for the same movie.
Oh my gosh, All You Need Is Kill.
And it confused Josh for way too long. But,
oh man.
Like, movies have somewhat adopted Hitchcock in the past of, like, Shia LaBeouf's Disturbia is essentially just Hitchcock's Rear Window, except they didn't have the audacity and the huevos to just call it Rear Window. They kind of tweaked some stuff. Like, the fact that you're just going, yeah, we're just going to remake Vertigo. Besides Robert Downey Jr., anyone involved in this movie actually see the original, or they're just like, hey, man, Hitchcock's been dead for a while. We can mine his stuff for content. We can remake that. Kids don't know any other Hitchcock movies besides Psycho, and maybe some of the illiterate ones have heard of The Birds. We'll just remake his stuff.
Okay, cool. So I'm illiterate. Got it. Heard.
North by Northwest. Vertigo.
Oh my gosh. Here's my thing, man. And this is kind of probably going to get me some points taken away, but I'm really not all that much of an Alfred Hitchcock fan. I think I see why people are like, yeah, he's, one of the best guys in horror. He really changed the genre, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, what kind of genre was it way back then? So it wasn't, it's fine. I don't really care for him and his way of storytelling. His ways of getting certain reactions out of people for
you're thinking of Kubrick.
Sake were
you're thinking of Stanley Kubrick.
I don't. Maybe, but
yeah, you're thinking of Stanley Kubrick.
In Psycho, they actually they surprised her, and that's why her reaction was so genuine. I thought.
No.
Okay, well, maybe I'm just crazy. Anyway, I mean, I'm crazy, but that's not the point.
If we were any other podcast, we would claim that was truth without actually looking it up.
Yeah, but I'm not that big of a Hitchcock fan. I'm all about taking older movies and adapting them to what they could look like now. I am a fan of that. I do like Robert Downey Jr. And I would be interested to see him in some other kinds of roles that aren't just and this is Robert Downey Jr. playing Iron Man, playing this guy. I would love to see him kind of do something else that's also not Sherlock. So sure, why not? Give the man some work.
Why'd you have to go bring up Sherlock? Now I'm mad that we still don't have Sherlock Holmes 3, as we talked about weeks ago. It's clearly his fault that it hasn't gotten made. Besides Sherlock Holmes, and especially with him as Tony Stark in the Iron Man movies, people seem to forget that at one point, Robert Downey Jr. was an incredibly prestigious actor. So while I'm questioning why this needs to happen, I'm hoping that this is one of those movies that people go, oh, wow, he can do more than just comic book movies. I'm going, yeah, he's been nominated for Academy Awards before. I think he won for Chaplin, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
He should have won for Tropic Thunder because he was a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
No. No.
But he is actually a great actor besides just genre movies. So I'm hoping this is something that he's passionate about, because over the past few years, he's taken on more of a producing side of things. So he's been more selective with the project that he takes on because, you know, he doesn't need to take jobs for the money. I think he got paid quite well for Iron Man. So maybe he has a strong attachment to this. He is a phenomenal actor after all. He's also in Oppenheimer, if I remember correctly, coming out later this year, which we've heard is now 3 hours, to which I'm just going, oh, sweet Jesus. And then on top of that, just because I was like, Instagram, sometimes you're a really wonderful place. Somebody posted that Oppenheimer's going to have a 3-hour runtime, and somebody's like, what Greta Gerwig should do is say that Barbie has a 3-hour and 1 minute runtime just to spite Christopher Nolan because they're coming out the same day.
Yeah, because Barbie's coming out the same day. I really think Oppenheimer is going to bomb.
And they'll actually have it in the theater.
Guys, the nuclear bomb is a real effect, guys. It's a real effect.
We actually blew up the state of Arizona.
We actually dropped a real nuclear bomb and filmed it.
Say psych, man.
Say psych, Nolan. Say psych.